Ah, you've returned. I knew you would. Curiosity is a persistent thing, isn't it? And perhaps a little foolish. If you thought the first glimpse of the marionette was unsettling, brace yourself, dear patron. For the dance you witnessed is but a shadow of the curse she carries. You see, every step she takes, every glide across the stage, is not only for her own movement, but for the tethering of others. The longer you watch, the more your own will becomes entangled in her strings. A glance too long, a breath too shallow, a thought that lingers too greedily, and suddenly, your body begins to respond without consent. A twitch here, a shuffle there, and before you know it, patron, you're dancing. I have heard the tales whispered by the performers, passed down from one trembling soul to the next. A man, once bold, thought himself clever. He laughed when the marionette turned toward him. He mocked the way her limbs bent, the perfection of her posture, the hypnotic sway of her skirts. 2 hours later, he found himself unable to step away from her. Even when the carnival emptied, even when the night stretched into another night, his feet moved in perfect rhythm with hers. By dawn, he was gone. No trace, save for a single black string, coiled and dangling from the rafters of the tent. And then there was the woman. She was small, curious, brave, foolish. She had the audacity to try to sever the strings, as if anyone could. A sharp blade, a burst of courage. She cut at one wrist, one elbow, one ankle, and then nothing. Her hands flailed, grasping at air. Her legs twisted into angles no human body should endure. She collapsed. Silence. And when the performers checked, all that remained were her eyes, wide and unblinking, reflecting the marionette's dance forever. Yes, patron. The marionette weeps when the carnival sleeps, but she is also merciless. Every movement is a calculation. Every bow, every glance, every spin. A test of whether a new patron might be added to the circle. And when the test is passed, when the music claims a new soul, well, you must understand, there is no returning. Some whisper that she hungers, not for flesh, not for blood, but for devotion, for attention, for the willingness of a living being to abandon themselves to the rhythm of her waltz, to move until their bones ache, their joints protest, and yet they cannot stop. I have heard rumors, dangerous rumors, that the marionette strings are not merely strings, but memories, threads of lives long gone, tied to her, tangled with her movements. And those who watch too closely, who dare to look past the porcelain mask, may find that the fragments of their own memories are being plucked, twisted, reattached. a smile they cannot remember, a childhood laugh that does not belong to them, all becoming part of her endless choreography. And yet, there are those who try, brave or foolish. Patrons have attempted to rescue others caught in her dance. But understand this. The marionette does not resist out of cruelty. Oh no. She moves as the carnival dictates. She bends as fate commands. She cannot stop. One story, whispered by a contortionist long since vanished, tells of a child who entered the tent unobserved. The child watched and waited. When the marionette's gaze found the boy, the world seemed to pause. He reached out, small fingers brushing a black string, and for a moment he felt the pull of the dance, the rhythm invading his own heartbeat. Then he screamed and vanished. Only the echo of his scream remains in that corner of the carnival now. A warning to all who might think themselves cleverer than the waltz. Do you feel it yet, dear patron? The danger, the inevitability. The marionette does not simply perform. Oh no. She collects. She binds. She shapes the living into the extensions of her eternal dance. And still, people watch. They cannot resist. The beauty of her movement is hypnotic, intoxicating. The elegance is terrifying. And the more one watches, the more the mind whispers. Just a moment more. Just one step closer. Ah, yes. I see it in your eyes. The curiosity, the fear, the thrill. You must resist. You must not follow too closely. For when the marionette spins, the dance begins. And when the dance begins, dear patron, unfortunately, there is no end. So, take heed, for in the final part, I will tell you the truth of her strings. What powers the marionette, and why, perhaps, she was never truly the one dancing at all. Remember, the Waltz of Sorrows is patient, and it is always watching you.